morning everyone, this is Bremster and today I'm coming to you with a puzzle from, I think I've covered these setters before, I'm not sure, but I don't think I've covered a collab from them before. This is a puzzle called Lunch Conversations with an X by NinjaRat Productions, which is rockratzero and AnalyticalNinja. They have created this puzzle collaboratively, and I thank them for submitting it, sort of. This will not be a blind solve of this puzzle. I have solved this puzzle before a while ago, and yeah, it was tricky. I did have a lot of problems solving this one, and I actually got some help solving it, and I'm now going to do it again, and I hope I remember all of the tricks so I can bring you a clean solve. I expect it won't be a particularly clean solve, but we'll see how it goes. Before I get onto the puzzle, I do want to say that the Race to 37 series that I've been recording, I've almost finished recording the videos, but I'm only going to be releasing one every 3 days over on the Race to 37 playlist. I will throw links to that all over the place. There'll be a link below, and I'll throw a link probably above if I remember, so that you can go and check out the playlist. On any of the videos in that playlist, you'll be able to grab a copy of the pack. It is a series of killer puzzles where all of the cages are a single value. So it starts with a puzzle called 10, where all of the cages in the puzzle are 10 cages, and goes all the way up to 37, where all of the puzzle cages are 37 cages. This was compiled and mostly created by Clover and released to Logic Masters Germany back in 2021, February 2021. And it was a series that heavily got me into actually creating my first Sudoku. I was very inspired by it. So, yeah, I think it's a wonderful series, not necessarily the videos, but the puzzles, and I think you should go and check that out if you haven't been. Apart from that, I really want to get onto this puzzle, so let's have a look at it. So, Lunch Conversations with an X by NinjaRat Productions, rockratzero and AnalyticalNinja. This puzzle has some tricks in the rules, so you might want to pay some careful attention. Normal Sudoku rules apply. That's not the trick. In every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. We then have these arrows, which I have deliberately coloured to be whisper colours, and that's because along arrows, digits on the arrows must sum to the digit placed on an arrow sum to the digit in that arrow circle. So this arrow splits, so these three digits, the sum of these three will get placed in that circle, the sum of these three gets placed in this circle, the sum of all of these will get placed into this arrow's pill, read top down. These two and these get summed to there. However, the arrows themselves are also whisper lines, and that includes, and that's why the line has been extended out, includes the arrow's circle or pill. So these are all whisper lines, and along whisper lines, adjacent digits must differ by at least 5, and this is a whisper line that runs through the circle of the arrow. So yeah, normal German whisper logic that I've described many times before, but yeah, adjacent digits differ by at least 5. Then we've got the clues outside the grid, and these are also double meaning clues. So these have two different rules. The first one is they are diagonal sandwiches. Clues outside the grid indicate the sum of the digits sandwiched between the 1 and the 9 found on the indicated diagonal. So on this, there will be a 1 and a 9, and between the 1 and the 9 there will be digits summing to 26. The same here. Along here there will be a 1 and a 9, and the digits between them will sum to 16. However, these are also X-sums clues. And the way an X-sum works is, let's say this is a 4, then that would indicate that the first 4 digits along this diagonal would sum to 26. Now, normally you've got a bit more constraint on X-sums because you can just turn around and say, well, what are the options because they're normally horizontal or vertical. But along here, you could possibly repeat. I may not be able to with a 4, but if this was, say, a 6, these digits here could be the same, which gives me a lot more restrictions on, like these two couldn't, but these two absolutely could. And that gives me a lot more freedom on what I could use to make up 26. So that's making this puzzle a little bit more tricky to do the math around. So with that, I know this puzzle is solvable. I just found it very, very tricky when I solved it a while ago. So I'm going to try it again now. Let's give this a shot. So the first thing I noticed in this puzzle was that any arrow, if this was a low digit and this was a high digit, then we would have a high digit and other stuff adding up to a low digit, and that's not going to work. So this had to be the high digit, and therefore, because of whisper logic, these had to be low and these had to be high. And that was also true down here. We couldn't have this being low and add a low and a high digit to a low digit. It just doesn't work mathematically. So these had to be high and these had to be low. And I got that fairly quickly. I did try and explore this line a little bit and didn't really get anywhere. But what I did then eventually find, and I'm going to jump to this, and then after this, I'm pretty much don't remember anything, is this 3 clue. 3 on an X sum, and also with the sandwich where I can't repeat a 1 or a 2 or anything. I can't put a 3 here, because if a 3 here would indicate the first 3 digits sum to 3, but the first digit is a 3, so that doesn't work. If I put a 1 here, then the first 1 digit sums to 3, but the first 1 digit is 1, so that doesn't work. And if it's 4, then I've completely lost. So this literally has to be 2 and 1, because it means that the first 2 digits sum to 3, and in order to get to 3, it has to be 2 and 1. Then I need to have a 1 and a 9 on this diagonal with a 3 between them. So it literally has to be 2, 1, 3, 9. And this 3 forces that fairly solidly. And I can mark those as low and high. And after this, I get a little bit stumped. So this now can be 6, 7, or 8 because it sees 9. Now I'm pretty... Yeah, these have a minimum of 6 on them. So I can't make 6. These would all have to be 0 if this was 6. Now, if this was 6, 1, 1, I still wouldn't get to 7. So this is actually, if these are both 6s, I think this is forced. If this is 6, 1, 1, that gets me to the maximum. So these actually have to be 6 and 1s. And that gives me the 1 on this. So that could help. And it gives me the high-low polarity on this line. So that, and that are low. That, and that are high. This is 2, 3, or 4. These are 2, 3, or 4. I'm going to actually put all of these in. 6, 7, 8, 9. That can't be 6, so it's 7, 8, 9, because I can't put, if I put a 6 here, I'd have to put a 1 here, and I can't do it. This is 7, 8, 9, and this is 7, 8, 9. That can't be 8. Now, what's the maximum I can put along here? Can I get this to 4, I suppose is the question. 9 and 9 and 9 is 27. 28 plus 8 is... Hang on. 999 is 27. Plus 1 is 28. Plus 8, maximum, is 36. So this can't be a 4, and I can't put a 6 here. So this is actually a 2. I'll be honest with you, I don't remember finding that anywhere near that fast. So this is 27, 28, or 29. Okay. So these... that's got to put some pressure on these. Now, these can't be 999 anymore. So if these are minimum, these would be 20. So 25 is the minimum. 7, 7, and 6 is 20. 25 is the minimum. So I've only got 4 degrees of freedom. I've only got 4. So if this was a 4, these would both be 9s. And so 499 would automatically make this 18, 23, 24. Yeah, that's not going to work. This can't be 4, and it's possible I can't even put 3 here. 3 would make this 9, 8 minimum. So that would be 21, 27, 29 could work. What about 4 here? 4, 9... is 13, 14. 4, 9 is 13. I could still put a 2 in here. 13, 15, 22, 23. I could put a 6 here to get to 29. One is in one of those by Sudoku. Actually, is that more limited than I think? Like, I can't put 6 in here because this has to be 6, 7, or 8. If this is 6, this is 1. Actually, this can't be 6. This is 7 or 8. Because if this is 6, this is 1, and I can't do it. So this is 8 or 9. Now, if this is 7... Oh, for this to be 8, this would have to be 7... Oh, no. For this to be 8, this would have to be 7, 1, and I can't do it. So this is 9? I can't do 6, 2 because it breaks the whisper line. 7, 1 to 8 doesn't work. There's no way I can make this 8. This has to be 7. No, wait. This has to be 9 is what I got to. So this is either... Well, this is now 2, and therefore that is 7. Now, this can't be 6, 3. That breaks the whisper line. 7, 2 doesn't work. So this is 1, and this is 8. Okay. That puts 9 in one of those two. One is in one of those two. Am I now having to look? So these are, that's that. So these have to sum, so there's the 9. So this is that sandwich clue. So 26, these have to sum to 18. So those sum to 18. But I can repeat digits. So I'm not sure how that helps me. Actually, colours are starting to be a problem for me. So I'm going to try and do that. See if that works. So those sum to 18. 2 is in one of those two. Let's do some more Sudoku. 8 is in one of those two. 1 is in one of those two. What about this? So that's this 16. Now that can't be crust. That can be. That can't be because it sees 1 and 9. That could be a 9. That could be a 9. That could be a 1, and that could be a 9. So these are the only ones that can't be crust. And I need to make 16. So how can I make 16? I can't use 1 or 9. But I could repeat digits, so I've got way too many. Well, if I can't use 1 or 9, can I do 16 in 2 digits? Because I can't use 9, 7. So the only way to do it would be 8, 8. And the only place I could repeat digits, because this can't be the crust, so it has to be in here. And I can't put 8 in either of those or there. So I can't do 2 8s. So 16 has to be in at least 3. Sixteen has to be in at least 3. So these can't be crust. So if I started here and went to here, I'd only have 2. This has to be crust. Because if this isn't crust, I can't complete the sandwich because I can't do it in 2. This must be crust. And therefore it must be 1 because it sees a 9. So that is a 1. And it goes up towards a 9 up here somewhere. So the 9 is in one of those. Well, it can't be in 2. This has to be the 9 because I can't do it in 2. This can't be a 9. That's the 9, and that's the other end of the sandwich. And this sandwich is 4 long. Because this 9 prevents it being 3 long. This is no longer a 9, which has removed a degree of freedom from this. Hang on, didn't I say if this was a 4, this had to be 29? 4 and 9 is 13, 15, 22, 23, 29. This can no longer be a 4. In fact, 9 and 1 is 10. Plus 7 is 17. Plus 2, 19. Plus 7 is 26. No, that still can work. Or I'm getting my math wrong, which does happen. Now, hang on, did I figure out if this was 3 that forced something? This is 3, this is 9, and this could be 8. So this would be 20, 21, 23, 29. If this is 3, these are 20, 21, 23, 29. That doesn't work. This is a 2. Which means this is not the 2, this is the 2. Which I could have got by 4 2s looking into the box, but I'm being stupid, apparently. 1 is in one of those 2. That's not a 1 anymore. That's a 1, that's a 1, that's a 1. I'll take all of those. Getting that 1 did that, and I didn't continue the Sudoku. Can I do the same with 9s? No, 9 is in one of those. I find this diagonal math stuff really hard. So these sum to 14. I really do find this stuff tricky. Two is not in here. This sums to 16. But depending on the digit here, this plus whatever the number of digits into... This can't be... So this has to be... So this can't be 2 because these don't sum. So it has to include some of the sandwich. But this can't be 6 because if this was 6, it would include all of the sandwich. And these sum to 16. So it'd be 16 plus these equals 16, which doesn't work. So this has a maximum of 5 and a minimum of 3. And it can't be 3. So this is 4 or 5. So these two plus... So if this is 4, then these two... Then these add to 5. If this is 5, then these add to 2. Which doesn't work. This is a 4. So these add to 5, and that is a 3. That's another trick I don't remember. These have to add to whatever is not included in the sandwich by the count of these. So this, for example, can't be... So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this can't be 7. So it's 3, 4, 5, or 6. And these cells have to sum. So if this was 3, these would have to be 26. That's not going to work. So this would have to be 22. No, not 3. If this is 4, then 5 plus 8 is... this is not going to work. I know this is not going to work. 5 plus 8 is 13. This would have to be a 13. That's not going to work. Actually, can I do this first? Because I know these are 5. So these sum to 11. Actually, can I do more Sudoku first? Not really. These are 11. So what have I got for 11? They're odd, so I can't repeat digits. I can't use 9, 2 because I can't put 2 in any of them. I can't use... I can use 8, 3. No, I can't put 8 in any of them. 7, 4. I could only do in that way because I can't put 7 there. And yes, I know that the drawn-in lines are making it hard to read the digits, but not much I can do about that. 7, 4, and 5, 6 in either order. So this is only 4, 5, or 6. So what I'm getting from this is if this is 6, then this digit has to be the same as those 3 digits. But if this is a 6, the minimum I could make this is 6, 2, 1, which would be 9, which would mean this digit would have to be a 9, and it can't be. So this has to be a 5. So these 2 digits will equal whatever these 3 digits sum to. So those 2 digits there have the same sum as those 3 digits there. I don't remember finding that logic last time. Okay, so what is next? There's got to be more I can eke out of this, doesn't there? Because I've done all of these whisper arrows. These sum to 11, which will give me both the X sum and the whisper. These are going to sum to 18. And these are going to sum to 6 plus whatever that is. So hang on, this continues along this whisper line. So if this is 3, this is 8, and this is 9, which gives me the freedom down here. This Sudoku I'm missing. It's got to be Sudoku. I've got all the ones. 2 has to go down here now, which puts 2 right there. Which puts 2 in one of those. Oh, crikey, that's not been a 7 for ages. That's got to put pressure on this, because now, does that mean that can't be a 9? 10, 18, 20, 27, 29. Right, this can't be a 9 anymore, which means this is the 9 because, by pencil marks, which means this is an 8. Okay. Digit blindness is a thing. Support your local digit blind organization. So, I've now got more information. These are 11. So what am I... 7 is in here. 9 is in one of those 2. I don't find these easy. I really don't. This is a triple, and for lack of anything better, I'm going to put the 6 right there. And these are 5 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. That's not a 3. Looking for something that will... 3 is down here somewhere. So that's not the 3. This is the 3. Four is in one of those two now. It's not quite enough. These are 11. It's probably a simple math trick that I just can't see. So again, what have we got here? These are already 11, so these have to add to 16 or 17. Now, if this is 8, this is 3. So these would have to add to... This is 8. This would be a 3, so these would have to add to 14. If this is a 7, this is a 2, and these would have to add to 14. Whichever way this goes, these have to add to 14. And I can't use 9, 5, so this is a 7, and therefore this is a 7. But it doesn't resolve. This is either 2, 7 or 3, 8. This is not a 7, so this is not a 4. This is a 5, 6 pair. This is a 5, 6 pair. Three can't be beside 7. That's the 2, which makes that a 7. I've got 3 7s on that whisper line. But it was... So I've now done the whisper arrows. So I'm now just down to the stuff that I'm terrible at. Okay, so 7, 7. 7 is right here now because of Sudoku, which puts 7 right here. Am I going to be able to do more 7? 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. This is 7 and 5. Please, 7 is in one of those two. 7 is in one... Okay. These still sum to 11. I'm not seeing a 5, 6 point at that yet. Now, these are still summing to 18. But we know that these two digits sum to whatever these sum to. So if this is a 5, these two digits will sum to that. If this is a 6, then this and this are the same digit. I don't see how to use that. Two is in here. So we know that these two digits actually sum to... So hang on, this is 9, 14. These two digits sum to 12. They can't be 6, 6. So those two digits sum to 12. So those two digits sum to 12. They can be 9, 3 by the look of it. they can be 8, 4. I can't put 7 into either of them, and I can't put 6 in one of them. So they're the only possibilities. So I've now got a 4-9 pair in this row. So what are these digits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. Well, that's not 8. I've now got a 5, 6 pair in this column. So what are these digits? 3, 4, and 9? Well, that's not a 9. So there's a 9 up here now, which means there has to be a 9 in one of those two. Which means that's not, those 9s are lining up. That is not a 9. This is a 9. This is a 4. That is very weird. I can't put a 9 in a sandwich. That's a 4. And now I've got this total. So this is 12, 13, 18. That's an 8. So these 3 digits sum up to the same as those 2 digits. So these are 14. These have to sum up to 14. So this is either 5, 9, or 6, 8, and I can't put a 9 here. This is an 8, this is a 6, this is a 5. There is no 5 in here. These are both high. This is low, by the way, just in case you were wondering. 3 and 4 are both low digits. This puzzle. Now, I can't put a 9 here, and this is a 3-9 pair. So that's the 9 and that's the 3. I think I found a slightly different way through this time. This was a 5-6 pair, so that becomes a 5. This is now known. This has to be a 5. This 9 makes this 4 and 9. So this is low and high. There is a triple in the... Have I done all of these clues? 4, 1, 5, and 6 is 11, 12, 16. 5, 6, 3, and 2 is 16. 5, 8, 1, 8, 4 is 16, 17, plus 9 is 26. 8, 4, 6, and 8 is 16, 26. So I'm going to remove these because I am done with them now. I've done all the arrows. I've done all the sandwiches. I am now just down to, and everything. All the whispers are done. I am now just down to Sudoku, for which I don't know if I should apologize. These are 3, 4, and 6. That can't be 3. Two is in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a 2, 5 pair. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8, for which I know the order. They are also both high. So this is a known pair. This is a 4, 9 pair. So this is a known pair. 1, 2, 3, and 7. Okay. I suppose it's a bit much to ask that I get Sudoku that I could do. 2, 3, and 5 across here. There's no 5 there. There's no 2 there. Nope. Where's the best place for me to look? This is a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. Nope. Here's 4, 5, and 6, and it's not 4. This is a 5, 6. Nope. 3, 5, 6, and 8. So this is a 3, 8. Nope. 4. Ah, that's a 4. That'll do it. That's a 3. Because I had this was a 4 something, rolling back quickly. This was a 4, 6, and there was a 6 up there. So this is a 3, this is a 2. That's going to do some damage, isn't it? So this now has to be 6, which means that's 4, which means that's not 4. The 2 makes that 5 and 2, which makes this 3 and 6 and 5. Let's do some high-low colouring. Okay, this becomes 6, which is high. This becomes 8 and 6. Both of those were high. I could have got that out of the way earlier. Didn't. Coulda. Shoulda. Didn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 7, which I know the order of. 7 and 5 and 3 and 7. So these are high. This is low. Definitely making progress now. There is no 2 in there. So this is 3 and 8. And I know the order. That is the 3. That is the 8. So we have low and high. This puzzle I find very tricky. I think it's the diagonal math. I think that stuff just constantly breaks me. 4 and 9. And I'm down to the last box, which should mean I can actually do the puzzle. You would hope. This is an 8, which is high. This is going to be a triple, which is 3, 4, and 5. This is going to be the 5. These are going to be the 3, 4, which are both low. And I can put in the 4 and the 3. And that is the solution to lunch conversations with an X. And any lunch conversation I have with an X while I'm doing this puzzle is probably going to lead to her being an X, because, oh my lord, she's not going to be happy that I spent so long paying attention to the puzzle and not her. It was a cool puzzle, though. Just something I find very, very challenging. Very pretty, very well designed, very clever. I really do like that, and I hope Rockrat and rockratzero and AnalyticalNinja are happy with what I managed to pull out of that one. I do like, and I don't remember finding it, at least not that way last time, the fact that because of the X-sum sandwich on the diagonal, and it's probably true in any of them, what goes in here was the sum of what was not on sort of what was in the sandwich past the X sum. I don't remember seeing that logic that way last time. That was very, very clever. Working and whittling this whisper arrow, yeah, that stuff was tricky to me. I hope you had less problems, or you found it a little less fiddly than I did. And if you found it more fiddly than I did, I hope my video was able to help you get through the puzzle. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you to rockratzero and AnalyticalNinja, tongue twister, for submitting the puzzle. I hope you're all enjoying it. I hope you have a look at the race to 37. And as always, I hope you have very good luck with your solving.